performance space. Stay with us. WQXR's Midday Masterpiece from the Green. Hey there, good afternoon, and welcome. I'm Elliot Forrest from WQXR. Welcome to the Jerome L. Green Performance Space and another of our Midday Masterpieces. How many people haven't been before? First time to one of our, thank you so much. How many first time in the Green Space? Oh, lovely, right? Is this great? This is great, right? It's lovely. Thank you for being here. We want to say hello to all of our friends watching live on Facebook. They're over here on this camera. Hi, Facebook. Thank you so much. Make sure and share with your friends. You can share it with you as well if you know how to do that and have your cell phone. Go ahead and share the performance that we're doing with your friends on Facebook, and then perhaps turn the phone off at that point so that it doesn't bleep and make all sorts of noises during the performance. WQXR and the Juilliard School have teamed up to bring you these concerts every month of these young, rising stars. Today we've asked Juilliard to basically lend us a tenor, and they did more than that because they sent us a baritone and a bass baritone and a mezzo-soprano as well. We have 4 singers from the vocal arts program today, accompanied by pianists who are pursuing their degrees at Juilliard as well. So lots and lots of young, talented people here. Our first singer is the Swiss baritone Aeneas Hum. He's sung in concert halls throughout Europe, also here in New York, Alice Tully Hall, Carnegie Hall. He's already released a CD called Awakening, and he's working on a second recording that will be released next year as part of his artist in residency program with German radio. Pianist Chris Reynolds is currently in his doctoral program at Juilliard. He's recently performed at Bayreuth and Carnegie Hall in Tanglewood. His playing has been described as exquisite, with jaw-dropping virtuosity. They brought Lieder today by Schumann and Mendelssohn. We'll hear 2 songs from Schumann's Myrten Cycle. This is a series of songs that Schumann wrote as a wedding present for his wife, Clara. We're going to hear Row Quietly, Hear My Gondolier, and When the Evening Air Blows Through the Piazza. And then we'll hear Mendelssohn's Song of the Shore. Please welcome baritone Aeneas Hum and pianist Chris Reynolds.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The first 2 songs by Robert Schumann are in Venice, and 2 young men are rowing towards the house of a beloved one to serenade her. And in Felix Mendelssohn Bartholdy's Schilflied, or also Song of the Shore, nature appears in a dreamy, mystical way to comfort us when we are suffering from the loss of a loved one. Enjoy.
Ruden hier, mein Gondolier, leis, leis. Die Flut vom Ruder springt so leise, lass, dass sie uns nur vernimmt, zu der wir ziehen. O könnte wir schauen, kann der Himmel reden trauen, er spräche vieles wohl von dem, was nachts die Sterne schauen. Leis, 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 leis. Nun rasten hier, mein Gondolier, ins Boot die Ruder, sacht auf zum Balkone schwing ich mich, doch du hältst unten Wacht. O wollte halt so eifrig wir dem Himmel wir uns weihn, als schöne Weiber Diensten trauen, wir könnten Engel sein. Sacht, 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 wenn durch die Piazzetta die Abendluft weht, dann weißt du, Ninetta, wer wartend hier steht. Du weißt, wer trotz Schleier und Maske dich kennt, wie Amor die Venus am Nachtfirmament. Ein Schieferkleid trag ich zur selbigen Zeit, und zitternd dir sag ich, das Boot liegt bereit. O komm, wo den Mond nach Wolken umziehen, lass durch die Lagunen, meine Lieben, uns fliehen.
Lieder by Felix Mendelssohn and Robert Schumann, baritone Aeneas Hume with great shoes. Did you see the shoes? And pianist Chris Reynolds, live here in the Jerome L. Green Performance Space on WQXR's Midday Masterpiece. Our next singer is from the Vocal Arts program at Juilliard, and he sings just a little bit lower. Bass baritone Eric Van Hennigan is pursuing his artist diploma in opera studies at Juilliard, and he spent the last 2 summers at Santa Fe Opera, just a lovely, lovely place doing great work. Opera News has claimed that he has a resonant leading man swagger. We'll be the judge. Joining him is pianist Bronwyn Schumann, who is getting her master's in collaborative piano at Juilliard. She's performed at festivals in the United States and Europe, and her home base in Calgary, Canada. They're going to perform 5 selections from Schumann's Eichendorff Liederkreis, which Schumann called his most romantic music ever. Please welcome Eric Van Hennigan and pianist Bronwyn Schumann.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're so excited to share these selections from Schumann's Eichendorff Liederkreis with you all, which has been beloved through the years because of the way it deals with isolation, joy, secrets, fear, and that just total overwhelming German happiness.
Aus der Heimat hinter den Blitzen rot, da kommen die Wolken her. Aber Vater und Mutter sind lange tot, es kennt mich dort keiner mehr. Ach, wie bald kommt die stille Zeit, da ruhe ich auch, da ruhe ich auch. Und über mir rauscht die schöne Waldeinsamkeit. Die schöne Waldeinsamkeit. Und keiner kennt mich mehr hier. Und keiner kennt mich mehr hier. Dein Bildnis wunderselig hab ich im Herzensgrund, das sieht so frisch und fröhlich mich an zu jeder Stund. Mein Herz still in sich singend, ein altes schönes Lied, das in die Luft sich schwinget und zu dir eilig zieht. Dein Bildnis wunderselig hab ich im Herzensgrund, das sieht so frisch und fröhlich mich an zu jeder Stund. Es weiß und rät es doch keine, wie mir so wohl ist, so wohl. Ach, wisst es nur eine, kein Mensch es sonst wissen soll. So still ist's nicht draußen im Schnee, so stumm und verschwiegen sind die Sterne nicht in der Höhe, als meine Gedanken sind. Ich wünscht, ich wär ein Vöglein und zöge über das Meer, wohl über das Meer und weiter, bis dass ich im Himmel wär. Es weiß und rät es doch keiner, wie mir so wohl ist, so wohl. Ach, wisst es nur einer, kein Mensch es sonst wissen soll. Kein Mensch es sonst wissen soll.
Beautiful. Bass baritone Eric Van Hennigan and pianist Bronwyn Schumann. All music by Robert Schumann. Here from WQXR in the Jerome L. Green Performance Space. We now segue to something completely different, from German happiness to German and Austrian happiness. Up next, music by Strauss, Schubert, and Mahler. Mezzo-soprano Marie Engel is a Master of Music candidate at Juilliard. She's performed recitals in the US, Canada, and Austria. She's also been singing opera in different Juilliard productions, and she studied at the Chautauqua Institute this summer. Pianist Richard Fu is currently studying collaborative piano at Juilliard. He's also attended Oxford and the Royal College of Music in Dartmouth. Now, originally, Richard intended to study law, but he fell in love with classical music while in Vienna. He's performed recitals in New York, the United Kingdom, and throughout his native homeland of China. They're going to perform three works: Richard Strauss's Freundliche Vision, the Friendly Vision, Schubert's Overall Summits is Rest, and from the Rückert Lieder of Mahler. Please welcome mezzo-soprano Marie Engel and pianist Richard Fu to Midday Masterpieces.
Today, Richard and I will be performing a set of 3 songs that all deal with the idea of death as a positive thing. So the first one, Freundliche Vision by Strauss, is about walking through a field of daisies with someone who loves you, but loves you not in a romantic sense. It's the German is more in a maternal sense. And the second one, Wanderers Nachtlied by Schubert, is about finding the peace and coolness of death after a long life's journey. And the third piece, Ich bin der Welt abhanden gekommen by Mahler, is actually the only one that mentions death and the only one that has nothing to do with death. It's about that finding that peace in yourself where you can separate yourself from all the tumult of the world in love and in song.
Nicht im Schlafe hab ich das geträumt, hell am Tag.
So beautiful. Mezzo-soprano Marie Engel and pianist Richard Fu performing works by Strauss and Schubert and Mahler here on Midday Masterpieces from the Jerome L. Green Space. I'm Elliot Forrest from WQXR. Before we go any further, I just wanted to introduce to you someone you may know if you've heard many of our recordings on WQXR. He's also the artistic director of the Vocal Arts program at Juilliard and responsible for helping so many singers for so long. Brian Ziegler is with us today in the back row. Thank you so much for all that you've done. We have one more singer and pianist this afternoon. Tenor James Leigh is currently an artist diploma in Opera Studies candidate at Juilliard, where he's been in several productions as well, participated in master classes with conductor Yannick Nézet-Séguin, studied in Europe this past summer. So-Yeon McDonald has performed throughout Europe. This pianist has performed in South Korea and the United States as well. Co-founder of the Boston Art Song Society, one of the pioneering art song companies in the United States. She's also an active vocal coach and song recitalist here in New York. We'll hear 3 songs by Schubert, including the beautiful stanchion Serenade. Please welcome tenor James Leigh and So-Yeon McDonald.
Hello. Today we'll be performing 3 Schubert songs, first with Ständchen from Schwanengesang, and this song is all about a person who wants his lover to come to him. In the second song, Nacht und Träume, it is all about a person whose treacherous day is so terrible that the only thing he has to look forward to is his dreams. And then finally, Der Musensohn, it follows the messenger god Hermes through his many journeys throughout all of the world. Thank you.
Leise fliehen meine Lieder durch die Nacht zu dir. In den stillen Hainen nieder, Liebchen, komm zu mir. Flüstern schlanke Wipfel rauschen in des Mondes Licht, in des Mondes Licht. Des Verrates feindlich lauschen, fürchte Holde nicht, fürchte Holde nicht. Hörst die Nacht, die Galen schlagen, ach, sie flehen dich. Mit der Töne süßen Klagen fliehen sie für mich. Verstehen des Busens Sehnen, keinen Liebesschmerz, keinen Liebesschmerz, rühren mit den Silbertönen jedes weiche Herz, jedes weiche Herz. Lass auch dir die Brust bewegen, Liebchen, höre mich,
entgegen. Komm, beglücke mich, komm, beglücke mich. Durch Feld und Wald zu schweifen, mein Liedchen wegzupfeifen, so geht's von Ort zu Ort, so geht's von Ort zu Ort. Und nach dem Takt erregt, und nach dem Ast beweget sich alles an mir fort, und nach dem Ast beweget sich alles an mir fort. Baum erwarten, die erste Blume im Garten, die erste Blume, Baum. Sie grüßen meine Lieder und kommt der Winter wieder, sing ich nach jenem Traum, sing ich nach jenem Traum. Ich singe in der Weite, auf weißes Länge und Breite, da blüht der Winter schön, da blüht der Winter schön. Auch diese Blüte schwindet und neue Freude findet sich auf bebauten Höhen, und neue Freude findet sich auf bebauten Höhen. Denn wie ich bei der Linde das junge Pferdchen finde, sogleich errege ich sie. Der stumpfe Porsche bläht sich, das steife Mädchen dreht sich nach meiner Melodie, nach meiner Melodie. Ihr gebt den Sohlen Flügel und treibt durch Tal und Hügel den Liebling weit von Haus, der Liebling weit von Haus. Ihr lieben hohlen Musen, war ruhig ihr am Busen, auch endlich wieder aus, war ruhig ihr am Busen, auch endlich wieder aus.
What a fun way to end. Tenor James Leigh, pianist Soyeon McDonald, and the music of Schubert. I want to thank all the singers today, particularly also all the folks at Juilliard for making this happen on such a regular basis. A reminder that all these performances are on Facebook. Make sure and like us on Facebook, and when you do, you get notifications when the next one is going to happen. I'm Elliot Forrest. Thank you all for coming. One more time, let's hear it for all of these artists this afternoon.